Someone, probably my agent, said, "Conan, you need adventure." Translation: go somewhere with no Wi-Fi and suffer for our amusement. So I picked the Sahara Desert in Morocco, camping in the desert, on purpose. It sounded like a terrible idea, which is usually how my best segments start. I pictured myself as a noble explorer, gazing at the stars, maybe writing a poem, or at least inventing new ways to complain about sand. My idea of camping involves a tent, an air mattress, and a cooler of snacks. The Sahara? Just sand, and camels, lots of both. I thought, how hard can it be? The universe always answers that question with pain. I packed my lightest linen suit. Mistake number 1. The plan: fly to Morocco, find a desert, camp. What could go wrong? Everything. My team promised an authentic experience. That's travel code for uncomfortable and possibly dangerous. I imagined looking rugged and windswept. Instead, I looked like a confused flamingo in a giant, very hot sandbox. So there I was, committed to this sun-baked scheme. My producers were thrilled. My family was relieved. I was already regretting it somewhere over the Atlantic. I traded my couch and TV for endless sand and questionable hygiene. This wasn't just camping. It was a cry for help disguised as a travel show. But the tickets were booked. The camels were waiting. Or someone was, with camels. Adventure, here I come. Oh boy. The flight from LA to Morocco is long. Long enough to watch 3 bad movies and still question your life choices. I tried to learn Arabic from a booklet. I think I asked a flight attendant if her goat was for sale. Jet lag hit me like a sack of bricks. I arrived in Marrakesh feeling like I'd been tumble-dried with a badger. Marrakesh was a sensory overload: colors, sounds, and smells. Some good, some mysterious, some that made my nose hairs surrender. The Jama Elfna Square was a whirlwind of snake charmers, food stalls, and people trying to sell me carpets for my desert tent. I felt like a giant, pale, ginger target for every salesperson in a 10-mile radius. Getting to the desert involved a van, a driver who treated speed limits as suggestions, and roads that sometimes just disappeared. We passed mountains and villages where kids waved, probably thinking I was a lost ghost. I tried to look cool. I mostly looked carsick. Finally, we reached a dusty outpost, the end of paved roads, the gateway to my sandy doom. My first impression: brown, various shades of brown, and rocks, and thirsty plants. My guide, Hamid, just smiled. He looked like he knew how to not melt in this heat. I, on the other hand, looked like I was about to star in a dehydration PSA. The desert camp was not the Four Seasons, unless the Four Seasons offers sand in your bed. The tents were thick fabric, cool by day, freezing by night. My luxury tent had a rug and a bed stuffed with, I suspect, more sand. Sand is the glitter of the desert. It gets everywhere: shoes, hair, food, soul. The heat was relentless. Sahara hot. I sweated in places I didn't know I had. My hair wilted. I drank gallons of water and was still thirsty. The sun beat down with vengeance. I understood why people wore robes and headscarves. My linen suit was just sad. Then came the camels. Majestic? Maybe. Tall, grumpy, and with a habit of spitting? Definitely. My camel, Sunshine, looked perpetually unimpressed. Getting on was like riding a hairy roller coaster. The smell? Camels have a distinct earthy aroma that clings to you like regret. Life in the desert meant early mornings, lazy afternoons searching for shade, and evenings with mint tea and tagine. The food was good, if you ignored the sand, which was everywhere. It was a simple, gritty life. Hydration, camel proximity, and sand, my new priorities. American camping means carloads of gear, bug spray, and Wi-Fi complaints. Roughing it is running out of marshmallows. The Sahara? No RVs, no camp stores, no restrooms, just a patch of sand with zero privacy. Forget Wi-Fi. A single bar of cell service felt like finding treasure. No bears, just your own heat-induced hallucinations. This was real camping, with actual stakes, like don't wander off or you'll become a permanent part of the scenery. In America, you complain about noisy neighbors. In the Sahara, the loudest sound is the wind or a camel snoring. Instead of picnic tables, we sat on rugs. Instead of fire pits, a small bonfire fueled by dry scrub. The biggest difference? Isolation. In the Sahara, it felt like we were the only people on the planet, terrifying and peaceful. Our little camp felt like a precious outpost in a vast, indifferent universe. Or maybe I just really missed my couch and air conditioning. My main companions were our Berber guides, desert pros who moved with ease while I stumbled like a lost giraffe. They knew where to find water, how to tie a turban, and seemed to find my panic entertaining. Then there were the tourists, hardcore adventurers, and Instagram models. I tried a wistful dune shot. Looked more like I'd lost my car keys. Communication was a challenge. My French is bad, my Arabic worse. The Berbers spoke Tamazight Arabic, French, and thankfully some English. I once tried to ask for water and ended up miming a drowning man. They gave me more mint tea. Despite language barriers, there was camaraderie. We shared stories around the campfire, even if half were told through gestures and laughter. The local culture was fascinating, resilient, hospitable, and deeply connected to the land. And they could teach us all a thing or two about the many uses of a good scarf. Social media pressure follows you everywhere, even the Sahara. My producers wanted iconic shots, me majestic on a camel, me silhouetted at sunset, me looking competent. Reality. I clung to my camel, yelping while it sighed in disdain. The photos? Less Lawrence of Arabia, more man versus beast. Sunsets were spectacular, but a gust of wind filled my mouth with sand and blew my hat away. The photos captured my anguished squint. Food photography? My tagine looked brown and lumpy. My mint tea shots always included my thumb. Candid shots with locals? I looked confused, they looked baffled, and there was a lot of awkward pointing. My attempt at a serene meditation video ended with a beetle crawling up my leg, me shrieking and rolling down a dune. The camera kept rolling. My Instagram feed, a curated collection of near misses and disasters, cleverly edited to look intentional. The reality? Sandy, sweaty, and hilariously undignified. Surrounded by sand for days, you'd think I'd go mad. Maybe I did, a little. But there were peaceful moments, like sunrises painting the dunes in impossible colors. For a second, I wasn't complaining. The silence was immense. Away from camp, it was a deep, profound quiet you never get in the city. I tried to have philosophical thoughts. What's the meaning of life? Why am I here? Is there a less sandy place to ponder these questions? The desert makes you feel small and insignificant, terrifying or liberating depending on your blood sugar. Did I find meaning? I found sand. I found out I'm not a rugged outdoorsman, but maybe I found a new appreciation for silence and for flush toilets. Gather round, adventurers. Here's my hard-won desert wisdom. Tip 1. Drink water, then drink more. If you see an oasis, it's probably a mirage. Don't run. Walk calmly to your guide. Camel riding. Lean back when it stands, forward when it sits. Or just hold on and try not to make eye contact. Camels judge you harshly. Wear long pants. Chafing is real. If your camel eats your hat, let it. It's not worth the fight. If you get lost, don't. Stick with your group. If you do, climb a dune, look pathetic, and hope someone finds you. Most crucial tip: wet wipes. Pack more than you think you need. They're your shower, your sanitizer, your everything. And keep your sense of humor, especially when you're cleaning camel spit off your sunglasses. After all that sand, sweat, and camel drama, what did I learn? I'm definitely an indoor cat. Sand gets everywhere. The human body can sweat a lot. Berbers are patient saints. Would I recommend camping in the Sahara? If you enjoy feeling like a rotisserie chicken and have a spiritual connection to sand, go for it. Pack light, bring humor, and an industrial-sized sunscreen. For the rest of you, maybe just watch a documentary about the Sahara from your couch. With air conditioning, no shame in that. In fact, it's common sense, something I clearly lack. The desert was wild, bizarre, challenging, and sometimes beautiful. It pushed me out of my comfort zone. Or maybe the point was just to get good footage. Either way, I survived. I have the sand-filled shoes to prove it. Should you go? Ask your therapist or your camel. Just don't ask me while I'm still finding sand in my keyboard.